Great God day to you all. Welcome back to Hey You, Get Out of the Porta Potty. Too Good to Be True series. Now, every day I want you to look in the mirror and realize you are the common denominator in the rest of your life. And I really do encourage you as the common denominator that you invite God into every situation. But I want to start this off with a quote by the great Jordan Peterson. And the quote reads, "What if your singular focus was on becoming who you are created to be?" What if your single focus was on becoming all you are created to be? Now, I've shared that quote with people and some other ones, and they think it sounds pretty selfish. Now, guess what? It's paradoxical. It's not selfish at all. Because if you become all you were created to be, you will lead a life of great contribution and great service. Many years ago, I experienced a bunch of tragedies, and life felt pretty confusing. Has your life ever felt pretty confusing? Well, my life doesn't feel confusing anymore, because every night at 8 o'clock to this day, I ask God, what is it that you want me to do with my life? What is it that you want me to do with my talents? I read something called Jeremiah 29:11. I have plans to prosper you, give you hope and great love. The plan's already been written, so all I have to do is step into the plan. Now, people would like to believe that. I can tell you it's completely true. I remember when I didn't believe it was true, though. And I'm going to tell you this. If you want to be too good to be true and you want to see the plan and sit around at a house with a pool behind you holding puppies all day, you can do that too. I mean, that really is my reality. But if you don't want life to be confusing, I can tell you this. I can't tell you exactly what God wants you to do with your life, but I can tell you this for sure, 100%. God does want you to become the greatest version of yourself. God wants you to be the greatest version of yourself, or as Jordan Peterson calls it, all you're created to be. You know, there's lots of motivational authors out there. They like to claim the IP on that, but my God, those are selfish people who aren't the greatest versions of themselves, because that's what God wanted. It's in the Bible. So when I sit down to work with a client, in our very first module, I get these people dreaming again. We all have 20,000 to 60,000 thoughts per day, and I get people dreaming again to disrupt their thought process. Okay, and then we go into module 2, which the team at DLI call Unleash Your Hero. Because look, people, there is a hero inside of you. It ain't going to be found at a bar. It's not going to be found at a fantasy football league. It's not going to be found watching 10 hours of sports on the weekend. But there is a hero inside of you. So I want you to take out a sheet of paper. If you believe in this idea of becoming your greatest self, I don't even want to tell you what it means, because I don't need to. Helen Keller said, "What I'm looking for is not out there. It is within me. And I'm going to prove it right now." Write out what the greatest version of you would look like. Take a few minutes. People ask me all the time, what's the greatest version of John Dunn? It's a person who comes from a loving perspective, basically 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Of course, not while I'm sleeping, but you get the picture. And I guarantee you that your answer is beautiful as well. Read your answer. Isn't that amazing that came out from inside of you? What will that do for your happiness if you live that out every day? What will it do for the world if you live that out every day? What will happen if, as Jordan Peterson says, you aim single-mindedly at becoming that person? What will it do for your family? What will it do for your friendships? What will it do for your community? Then the team at DLI, we realized people forget. They get too busy to live out their definition. So we created this daily check-in to make sure that you're making progress on it. and we call it every day remembering your ABCs. We know you can remember your ABCs, and what we mean by that is every morning, look at your eulogy and then do your ABC check-in. The A stands for your attitude, and that incorporates your mindset and your emotions. Are you leading them or are you letting them lead you? The B stands for body. Are you treating your body like $1 million racehorse or a garbage dump? And then C, people have dreamed with us, as I said in our first module, and we know that that's going to involve needing some new opportunities. So to quote Jones from The Noticer, all of life's opportunities come from relationships. So you have good ones. We call that C in our daily check-in. Connections. Are all of your connections good ones? And what do you need to do that day to nurture them? So the assignment here, write out what the greatest version of you looks like. Encourage all of your family and friends to come up with their own definition. It's kind of hard to disagree with becoming your greatest self, by the way. And then share each other's definitions, commit to holding one another lovingly to that standard, and then put a sign on your door that says, did I remember my ABCs today? A is my attitude, B is my body, C are my connections. Am I winning in those areas or am I losing? Kaylee and I, when we created this channel, we wanted you to win so much that you got sick and tired of winning. Actually, you'd never get sick and tired of winning. But we also want these messages to get to millions of people. We evidently have done something to irritate YouTube. We were getting 12 to 15,000 views a month, and we were getting lightly monetized, which we use the money to do good in the world with, by the way. They took away our monetization, and they've buried our channel. I guess they don't want people to actually see things that help them become better. They'd rather promote channels of people twerking and talking about things that create shame in their lives. Our channel will never create shame, but we do need you to spread the word. We need you to hit like. We need you to hit subscribe. We need you to hit the notification bell and to tell people about our channel because they have us buried. And that's it. You do these things. You write out the greatest version of yourself. You do your ABCs. At the end of the day, you do that every day. They will say, you are too good to be true. Isn't that right, Max? My wife tells me I'm his pack leader. So he's a little puppy. And evidently he seems to have fallen asleep. But we hope you love Max. We love Max. Dogs show us so much in this world. Unconditional love. And they kind of get connected. They kind of get you connected to who you were before the world told you who you had to be. And you remember that deep inside, you're just a big loving softie. And that's okay. It doesn't make me less of a man. But we'll see you Friday.